On YouTube. My name is Tyler with the Dividend Star King. I am here with another video, and today's title is Should You Pay Off Debt, Save Money, Then Investing? When you go on YouTube and financial spaces, you will hear the phrase, you shouldn't be investing. If you have bad debt, you shouldn't be investing. If you don't have an emergency fund, you shouldn't be investing. And far as that can be true, that I'm not disagreeing with that. Well, I kind of am disagreeing with it. But that's the common notion. The common notion is you shouldn't throw no money in the stock market. Not even a dollar. You shouldn't put no money in the stock market at all. You should throw all your money into debt. And when the debt paid off, you should throw all your money into an emergency fund, savings. You need 3 months in savings you need 6 months for savings, whatever to last you 3-4 months and lose your job. That's the typical thing you see online. And they say you shouldn't invest. You got the money to invest. You pay off debt, which that will agree to some people. But my counter argument to that is, number one, when you start buying dividend stocks and you start investing and you see this income coming in, you want it to keep coming in. You want more money. So I did a video before, your behavior should change some, should be going down some. Your behavior should change some, right? You're not the same old person to keep spending money. You should be not spending as much money. You shouldn't be at that point. In my personal opinion, you shouldn't be. And as far as paying off all your debt, I mean, how long will it take off to pay debt? I mean, you got to look at this. Look at the other side of it, right? That's their side. Look on the opposite side. My biggest regret is not starting sooner. That's my biggest regret. You ask the typical dividend investor or typical investor who's in the stock market, what is your biggest regret? 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, I should have started sooner. I shouldn't have waited so long. I should have started 18 years old because I would have way more money. I'm the same way. My biggest regret is not starting sooner. I've always had that. I've always had, there took me years to pay off my car. I have house debt. I got credit card debt. I don't have a lot of debt. Right now, my car is paid off. I have a mortgage and a credit card. So I have those two debts. And then you have kids. It seems like you're going to have debt or bills to pay. And my thing is this. Here's my thing. You can do all three things. You can pay off debt. They think that you can't do all of it. All your money to go to debt. All your money go to savings. You can save money. You can pay off debt, and you can invest. Know how? Because I did it. When I had my car note 3-4 years ago, I was paying down my car note, saving a little bit of money, and investing. If I didn't invest back then, when I had, if I didn't throw that $30, $40, $60 in my account back then, I wouldn't have $48,000 today. Okay? I've had that. I had a car note and a credit card. I didn't throw all my money into it. You can do both. You could do all three. You could save money, you can pay down debt, and invest. I don't know why people I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they say, well, you got to do these two things and that you can't. And then the third step, you can't do that yet. You got to wait. My biggest regret in investing is waiting. I didn't know about the stock market, but I took too long. I'm telling you now, you could do all three. You could, if you have a car note, and the student loans, the medical bill, and you could invest in today's time, you can invest $1. You can invest $10. I mean, think about it. You can invest $10. You could buy 2 shares of ULTY. That's $6. You could buy a share of TSYY for $10. They're telling you you could buy money for $2. They're telling you not to invest. They want you to all your money into debt. And once the debt paid off, you have to set up an emergency fund. But how long that would take you? How long that would take you to do that? And if something were to happen, let's say you saved up $20,000 and you took out two to get your car repaired. Do you have to stop investing and make sure you put the whole $2,000 back? I believe you could do all of it. In today's time, you could buy a share of all for $6. You instead of buying coffee and BS, you could buy Tesla for $7. You could buy YMAX that pays every single week for $13. You can buy a share of Alti in your brokerage account. You could put a recurring investment to buy one share once a week and put the dividend drip. They pay you 10, 20 cents. You drip that back into it and you buy a share every week. You can do that in your investing. I don't see why you start. Just imagine you bought one share of ULTY and you're 18 years old. Just think about it. You're 18 years old with a brokerage account. You buy one share of ULTY. It's $6.28. And you put the dividend drip. It pays every week. Just imagine that. And then can you do that? Can you buy one share of ULTY or one share of Misty or one share of TSYY for $9? Or one share. Look at Murray. Murray is $2.52. You could throw $10 in Murray and get what 2, 4, 6, 8. You get about 4 shares, 3.5 shares of Murray, and it pays monthly. If I'm going with ULTY, that's the most popular one. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to put that $6 into debt or into a savings account. I don't think so. I disagree with that. I've had debt. I've always had debt. Not always, but I had a car note. I had a credit card. Still got a credit card. And I still invest. That's why my account is a $48,000. That's why I'm making $3,000, almost $2,500 a month. Because ULTY pays me, look at the dividend coming in, $280, $270 a week. That's over $1,000 a month. So now, if I have an emergency, if I need my car repaired, I don't have to dig into my savings account. I got ULTY paying me. I got monthly dividend coming in every week. So you could buy a share of ULTY for $6. You can do that, right? You can do that. I don't understand this notion that you have to pay off all your debt. You got to be damn near debt free to invest. I don't understand that. You could pay down debt and throw $10 a week into ULTY and get the dividend every week and drip it. I don't see why you can't do that. I don't see why you can't start a Roth and put $10 in, $5. I don't see why you can do that. You know, in my Fidelity account, I have an automatic recurring purchase for ULTY for $5 a week. $5 a week. And right here, then look, I'm gonna show you more evidence. Let me show you my recurring investments. Let me show you ULTY. I started with a recurring investment for ULTY. My first order was placed last October 5th, 2024. It's been a year and 3 months now, May, June, July. It's been 15 months. I only did $10 a week. That's it. I did $10 a week. Now imagine if you're working and you 18, 19 years old and you living with a home, you could do $10 a week. Right? Now look, $10 a week, 15 months, I've invested I'll invest by next year $1,000. Last month, I altogether I invest $650. I got 76 shares of ULTY since I've been doing a recurring investment. $10 a week. You can put on auto recurring. You can do that in their brokerage account. Hell, you could do one share and pay $6. So again, I disagree with that notion that you have to invest You have to pay down debt, and you got to save money. I don't agree with that because right now, if I had a medical expense or if I had a car repair, I get $1,000 a month from Alti. I can take it from my savings account, and then the next month put that money back in for my dividends. How long would it take you to make $1,000 a month for you to put it back into your account? It probably take you a while. I get that every month. Because why? Because I invested. I didn't do what everybody else do. I invested. I put money in. I kept being consistent, and consistent pays off. I didn't believe you got to pay all your debt off. I didn't believe you had to have an emergency fund. Now I got money in savings for a few $1,000 repair, but guess what? I make $2,500 a month. So if I take $2,000 in my savings account, how long will it take me to put in that much money back in? A long time. I can do that in 3 weeks with my dividends if I choose to. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not getting financial advice. I'm not trying to give you the other side of investing. There's two sides to investing. This is the other side that people don't talk about. You don't have to do all these crazy things. You don't have to, not invest nothing because you got debt. And then the only way to be debt free is to have a paid off house. I mean, you have a loan, you have a mortgage, you have debt. So what they say, you should pay off your house, then invest. Or they say, well, keep the mortgage, then you can invest. But once you have no debt besides a mortgage, I think the day range thing, you have no debt besides a mortgage and an emergency fund, then you can invest. I'm like, bullshit. I don't think so. If you have a mortgage and no other debts, what if you was paying a $300 a month car note and it's paid off? You can't throw $10 a week into ULTY. You can't do that. You gotta have an emergency fund first. You can't do that. You can't do $25 every 2 weeks. You can't buy a share of Coney. You can't do that a week. You can't do that. You can't invest now. You got to save. I don't believe it. I don't think so. This is my personal opinion. My name is Ty for the Dividend Stock King. Thanks for watching.